Good day, everyone. Across North America, this is John Garmendi with Sony's Professional Solutions of America, welcoming you to another in our series of Tech Tuesday AV Solutions webinars. These webinars were started in response to the COVID crisis so that our customers, resellers, integrators, and consultants can stay informed and up to date on Sony's latest products and solutions. Since it's a new month, we've got a new series for you. Last month, we had a number of new product introductions, and today's webinar will be the first in a series of application-based webinars highlighting multiple Sony products and solutions. Today, we'll be going over our faith-based webinar entitled New Ways to Worship, in person and online, where we will review and expose you to some solutions that encompass a number of Sony products for the house of worship. As in the past, I have a few items of housekeeping. I will post links to information referred to during the webinar in the chat panel. I will also post a link to our YouTube playlist where you can view all of our archived Tech Tuesday webinars. There'll be an opportunity for Q&A at the end of the webinar, so please submit your questions via the GoToMeeting question panel. And just one note, I'm in New Jersey where we are now having a tropical storm, so I'm on backup power, but we'll get through it. So joining me today is Drew Buttress. He's our main presenter. He is the Senior Product Manager for our PTZ cameras, business projectors, and edge analytics. Additionally, Anthony Cianferrano will join us at the end and help us to field any questions on business projectors and Pro Bravia flat panels. And with that, I will turn it over to Drew, and I'll see you back here for Q&A.
Thank you, John. As John mentioned, I also thank you everyone for joining us today. As John mentioned, in the past, we've focused our Tech Tuesday webinars on products, and today we are moving into a different direction where we are going to be talking about different applications and how Sony can help support those applications. And this is the first one. So with that, let's get moving. So, you know, anybody who's been awake for the last 4 months certainly is aware that COVID-19 has drastically changed our world. The new normal is that we remain remote, or that we have restricted access to what we do and what we love. It has changed how we work day to day, how we shop, how we work out, and how we worship. The sector that we're focusing on is in this webinar is the faith-based community. These organizations depend on donations to survive and to continue their work in the community. Many have been hit hard with the stay-at-home orders in many states, and those are who need our help to survive. Before I dive into the details, I want to share some definition of terms. There are many different faiths and many different terms used in this sector. So for this presentation, I'm going to use the following. Place of worship is any physical location where people come to worship. Members or membership, those are the people who come to the place of worship or watch online to practice their faith. And then I'm going to use small, medium, and large. And this refers to the size of the place of worship. I'm not going to try to define what is small, medium, or large, but we all have a good idea. These different sizes can range from a brand new place of worship that's renting the cafeteria in a local school, all the way to the places of worship that have multiple services in large auditoriums across multiple campuses. As many states reopen, places of worship are beginning to open their doors as well. Unfortunately, with CDC and local state regulations, it's requiring these places to maintain social distancing. As such, places of worship may be forced to deploy overflow rooms should the main room or hall fill up while following these spacing guidelines. Sony's Pro Bravia displays are ideal to meet these needs. The Sony Bravia series range in size from 43 inches to 85 inches, and using distribution amps or matrix switchers, video can be fed to multiple displays in these overflow areas. While Small places of worship may deploy whiteboards on easels to direct members to Sunday school classrooms, overflow rooms, etc. Some may opt to use digital signage. Certainly medium and large places of worship may deploy digital signage for announcements, wayfinding, schedules, you name it. Sony offers 3 signage solutions, and we continue to work on additional signage solutions. First, we offer the Simple Media Player. This is a free app that can be put on, that can put a playlist and schedule on a USB drive. Content can be PowerPoints that have been converted to JPEG. It could be live video or still photos. When that USB drive is installed in the Pro Bravia will display that content on the playlist. This can be the ideal solution for a smaller place of worship. Next, we have the Bravia signage application. This is a client server application that will allow flexible content layout and content to be converted to HTML5. This content can be distributed to multiple Pro Bravia displays within that facility across the network. Additionally, Sony offers iRevo. This is a third-party cloud-based solution offering flexible layout designs, and content can be distributed locally or across multiple campuses. Many places of worship also use projectors in their main spaces. These are used to project song lyrics, readings, pre-service schedules and announcements, and to also do image magnification, or what is often called iMag. Sony offers a broad range of business projectors that are suitable for many faith-based applications. Sony offers 3 LCD laser business projectors ranging from 4,200 lumens to 13,000 lumens. The big benefit to your customers is that laser projection reduces the total cost of ownership over lamp projection. Additionally, Sony's 3 LCD projectors offer both high white and high color luminance. Several of these models are what we refer to as advanced installation projectors, meaning they have a variety of lensing options as well as a wide lens shift capability. The benefit to your customer is that if the space is large or brightly lit with windows, or if the installation location of the projector is difficult in that space, we have a solution for projection. We also offer compact projectors with lens shift that are ideal for smaller spaces as well as classrooms at the facility. Our wide lens shift allows the projector to be mounted up and out of the view of the screen, allowing the members unrestricted viewing access of these images. I mentioned iMag, and I would be remiss if I didn't present Sony's imaging solutions. We are the industry leader in imagers as well as still and video cameras. Larger places of worship are using Sony system cameras, BRC PTZ cameras, advanced video switchers, and pro audio solutions. These places of worship produce outstanding audio and video for both broadcast, video on demand, and live IP streaming through different content delivery platforms. As I mentioned at the open, the new way of worship is via remote, be it streaming live or placing video on their website for video on demand. This is my opinion only, but I believe the large places of worship have figured out the streaming game long before COVID became a reality. In fact, a friend told me that his large place of worship in Dallas would average 15 to 20,000 views on Facebook Live or YouTube Live every week before COVID. Since March, they are averaging over 500,000 views each week. He's also mentioned to me that the membership at his place of worship who actually come and attend the live service is 1/3 of what it was before the COVID shutdown. Hence the importance of being able to stream live to the membership. The medium and smaller places of worship need our help to reach out to the membership that cannot or will not attend a live service due to COVID. Sony offers a broad range of pan-tilt zoom cameras. We have a wide lineup of zoom ranges as well as multiple interface options, whether used for iMag, production, for video on demand, or live streaming. 3 of our newest PTZ models are NDI HX ready, meaning that with the optional license from NewTek, the number of options to the place of worship are increased, and I will cover those in a few slides. For those places of worship that want a multi-camera shoot, Sony offers an extremely affordable compact switcher called the MCX500. This 1 ME switcher will allow users to switch 4 of 6 input sources. You can also connect the PC to provide graphics for lower thirds, titles, logos, etc. The switcher will also provide effects like swipes, fades, picture-in-picture. This compact switcher does have audio inputs and an audio mixer. Further, this switcher offers a SD card slot for recording your program out for post-production and video on demand, and it can provide RTSP and RTMP streaming of the program out to Facebook Live and YouTube Live, or to something like Wowza Streaming Cloud for content delivery. Sony also offers 2 PTZ controllers. The RMIP10 and the RMIP500 make it easy to control all Sony PTZ cameras installed at a place of worship, whether it's a single camera or multiple cameras. Smaller places of worship may only need a single camera. If we specify one of the new X series cameras with the optional NDI-HX license, there's a free toolset download from NewTek that includes the NDI virtual input. This application will allow users to connect the NDI camera to video conferencing applications like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google, and WebEx, as if the X series camera was in fact a USB camera. If a customer does not want NDI, the new X series cameras also offer RTSP streaming to a content delivery network, or CDN, such as Wowza Streaming Cloud or Amazon Web Services. Adding the REA C1000 Edge Analytics appliance with the REA LO200 auto tracking license, which we have a promotion going on, so it's free through March of 2021. If you order that, the REA C1000 with the SW pack, that license is delivered free. So a Sony PTZ camera with an HDMI output and Visca over IP control will track the speaker as they move left and right. And again, if we add in that NDI HX enabled camera, video from the camera, and using NDI virtual input can be fed directly to, these soft video conferencing platforms. And again, RTSP right out of the Edge Analytics appliance can be fed directly to a CDN like Wowza Streaming Cloud, or again, AWS. Audio is also an important part of the faith-based experience. Sony offers a line of professional wireless mic options that will fit any faith-based application, regardless of the size of that place of worship. Finally, a large part of the faith-based community is that they provide faith-based education to their membership. Like many public and private schools, education is remote. To help with this, Sony offers an IP beamforming microphone. If this is placed on the ceiling, on the ceiling in the classroom, and is connected to a PC or laptop using Audinate's virtual sound card, which is an inexpensive licensed product, then Dante audio from the IP mic can be input hands-free to Zoom, Teams, Google, WebEx. When we combine that with the Sony SRG XP1 point of view camera with its 102-degree wide horizontal field of view, or say an SRG XP25 with a 25 times optical zoom lens, the educator can transmit superior video when compared to a laptop camera or an inexpensive webcam. Additionally, the XP1 and XP25 are NDI HX ready, and with that, you'd be able to connect directly to these popular software codecs. So I know I've put a lot of information out there, and I'll try to summarize. Sony offers Bravia displays for faith-based overflow rooms and digital signage. Sony offers business projectors that fit a wide variety of luminance options, ease of installation, along with lower total cost of ownership for laser when compared with lamp projectors. Sony has the industry-leading cameras, both man camera systems and remotely controlled PTZ models. Our newest X series PTZs and POV SRG models have the optional NDI HX license, providing connectivity to today's popular software codecs. Lastly, we offer audio solutions for both in-house or in-office. So whether the place of worship requirements may be, well, whatever, sorry, the place of worship requirements may be, please reach out to your local account manager or SSE to begin a more detailed discussion. So that's all I have. Thanks for giving us your time. John, are there any questions?
Hello, Drew. Yeah, we do have a couple of questions. We have one from Jaya, and she asks, will the presentation be posted anywhere for future viewing? And the answer is yes. I'm going to post, I sent her the link, but I will post in the chat a link to our YouTube playlist where you can see all of the previously recorded Tech Tuesday webinars going all the way back to April. We have a question from Tim, and this is a projector question, so I'll direct this one towards Anthony. Anthony, Tim asks the following. Our facility still has 4:3 aspect ratio projection screens, but your projectors are 16:10 aspect ratio. How can we use your projectors with our 4:3 screens?
That's can be done with a setup of in the projector menu. We can either display a 4:3 cutout, if you will, of the 16:10 aspect ratio chip, or we can set it for 16:10 or 16:9. So there's a setting for the screen aspect in the menu. And so all of those different screen aspects can be selected and displayed correctly.
Thank you, Anthony. We have another question here from Ron. Ron asks, what is the model number of the small switcher that was shown earlier in the presentation? I think that was the MCX, Mike Charlie X-ray 500, but Drew, please confirm that.
Oh, that's it. Perfect.
And Ron, just to let you know, I did put a link to that directly in the chat. So again, it's the Sony Mike Charlie X-ray MCX 500. Another question from Jaya. What is the best video camera to use for recording worship sessions in the back of the room? The camera would be placed on a pole.
I'll take that one. So the big question would be, what's the distance from where the camera is located to the subject or object or person, I should say, that you want to capture? We have cameras that range from 12x optical zoom to 20x optical zoom. Our BRC X400, which is 4K out of the box, has a 20x optical zoom lens. And we have a technology called clear image zoom, which is not digital zoom the way you would think. And that will let you reach out in 4K to 30 times, or if you're running in a full HD format, you would now have 40 times clear image zoom. So again, you know, if this is a very large space, you got a long distance to shoot, then we do have higher optical zoom lenses, you know, built into the cameras.
Okay, thank you, Drew. Another question for Anthony. It's on Pro Bravia. Interested in using the Bravia Professional displays with a simple media player to show our COVID-19 message. How would a customer go about doing that?
It's fairly easy. The simple media player is a USB application that resides on the USB stick. It also has a media folder on the USB stick, and you just create your messaging. You can do it in PowerPoint and then convert it to JPEG. We provide a converter tool that allows you to simply drop your PowerPoint into a converter, and it outputs JPEG images. You drop those into the media folder and then put the USB stick into the display. You set up your playlist and schedule with the IR remote control and set it to run, and it'll do its job.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. Another question actually for you, Anthony. What is the warranty on the Bravia Professional displays?
Standard warranty is 3 years, including advanced exchange. We also have an optional 5-year extension that'll extend the warranty out to 5 years and still include the advanced exchange.
Thank you, Anthony. So there's a couple more questions, Drew, from Jaya regarding the camera, large auditorium, long distance to shoot, and some recommendations. I think, Jaya, it might be best if we were to address these questions offline, and we can put you in contact with your local Sony sales support engineer and have Drew work with him or her, depending on your location, and try to get a little bit more detail specifically about your application. And I think we can answer your question a little more thoroughly. And let's see, another projector question. What are your options with respect to short throw distances or rear screen projection?
Yes, our advanced installation projectors have interchangeable lens options, and we have a fairly wide variety of lensing, all the way from long throw to be in the back of the facility up to short throw, including a 0.33 short throw lens that can display a 140-inch diagonal image from just 39 inches away. So we have several options depending on your your application and your dimensions of the application.
Thank you, Anthony. We have a question from Joe. Drew, I think this would be for you. And Joe, maybe you can send a little bit more in the way of the detail that you're looking for in the chat. But Joe asks, can you go over more of Dante Audio for Teams?
Sure. So the MASA 100, our IP beamforming mic. So Dante has become sort of the de facto standard for audio across IP, and they offer a software tool called Audinate, the company. They offer a software tool called the Virtual Sound Card. I believe it's $30 the last time I'd heard. But if that software is installed on a laptop and you've got the IP beamforming mic connected to a PoE switch, the Dante audio coming into the PC off the network would be converted. Well, it gets converted out of the Dante format, and then it would act as a microphone or an audio source to then go into Teams. So to set that up, once the software is installed, you open up Teams, you go to settings, you go to audio, and then you will see a choice of, like I'm using a Logitech headset, right? So that would be my choice. Or if I had the mic installed here, I'd be able to connect through that Audinate, virtual sound card, and then I can just use that as my audio source.
Very good, thank you. Jaya, I see your question. You're located in North Florida, so we will get you your local contact information. And let's stand by for any further questions. Okay, I do not see any more questions. So with that, I would thank everyone for your participation and your questions. I just wanted to remind everyone that next week, our Tech Tuesday webinar will focus on SXRD projection technology. I know last week we actually introduced our new model, the VPL GTZ 380. Next week's webinar is more about the technology itself and a bit of a deeper dive on SXRD and the attributes that enhance projection image quality. So please make sure you're registered for that, and look forward to your participation in next week's Tech Tuesday webinar. With that, I wish everyone a good day and wishing everyone to please stay safe. Thank you and be well.